I didn't buy zine.
You're fine.
Okay. Hey everyone, we're TowawayCouple. I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny. I'm also the driver.
She is now going to be an official driver.
Again. You know what? Call me fair weather. Call me whatever you want. But I don't want to drive in the snow. I don't even drive my own car in the snow. I'm not going to take my chances with somebody else's.
Right. And I don't want some idiot rear-ending me.
Nope.
So with that said, today we're going to talk about the shortage.
Right.
The shortage of parts in the RV transport industry.
Right. Because, people they send us all messages all the time. Can there be money that can be made in here? Of course. But just like any other job, there's going to be times when you have downtime.
Right. So one of the things we are being told was there's a metal shortage. I mean, we're hearing all kinds of different things. So what we're telling you is what we've been told. May or may not be factual.
Right.
We're not claiming any of this. We're just, because some people make reasons for things and then they aren't true.
Right.
So we were told that there was a metal shortage in China.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we were told that before Christmas.
Yep.
So either that's still going on or it ended and then it started again. I don't know. I think that's been going on.
We've heard metal, wood.
The price of wood's gone up.
Yep. Air conditioners.
Yeah. It was
refrigerators.
kind of weird. Well, air conditioners and I think it was condensers that they were talking about.
Yeah.
But we've heard air conditioners for the rooftop air conditioner. We've heard refrigerators. And recently we even heard toilets.
Yeah.
A shortage of toilets.
Hey, you know what? Depends on where they're coming from.
Right. I mean, with the trucking industry and everything, it's been pretty hectic. It's been pretty slow. A lot of people are out of work.
Right. A lot of people that were out of work are out of work.
Right. And
you know what? It's nothing to laugh about because we're right there with you.
Oh, well, yeah. We're furloughed from our other company, although we're kind of not furloughed, but we're furloughed.
It's a little too hard to explain.
It's hard to explain. But anyway, we get a lot of people that want to do RV transport. A lot of people will go into the Facebook forums or groups and everything, and there's a lot of people that are feeling the hurt, and we see them taking it out on people honestly asking genuine questions about trying to get into this field.
Right. Now, kind of going back, I did read an article the other day on Yahoo Finance.
Right.
And they kind of went into now it's a foam shortage.
You remember when the Texas froze? We were there. We were driving through Texas. So if you go back to one of our videos, we talk about ways and we talk about our breakdown.
Yeah.
We had that was during the freeze.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are showing -7 or -9 inside our RV.
Right. In Shreveport.
Right. So I took pictures.
Yeah. So, but basically that knocked out all of the petroleum companies, which in essence knocked out all of the foam companies.
Yeah, because they couldn't keep the plants heated up because of the electric and the petroleum and everything else. So I guess how they fill whatever they fill froze. The pipes all froze.
Correct.
And...
Well, correct, according to the article.
According to the article. And this includes plastic as well. Mm-hmm. So those big end caps on the motorhomes, those big old bus type motorhomes, are the front caps on the big fifth wheels. Those are all plastic.
Right.
They're not fiberglass, I guess. I thought they were fiberglass, but they're plastic. Who would have known?
Who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thunk? I know the sides are fiberglass.
Well, kind of makes sense when you're driving some of these sometimes and you look back and instead of it being rounded, it's flat.
Right.
And then when you stop, it goes back out to round.
Yeah. Or they're just cheaply built. But anyway, a lot of people keep going on the forums and the groups, Facebook, on their RV transport, and they get really knocked down. I think personally, a lot of people are afraid that you guys are going to come in and take all their loads from them. And so they're going to try to trash talk or scare you out of doing it any way they can. The fact is these companies hire 12 to 20 new drivers every single day, even during a parts shortage, knowing that you're going to get your first load for free. You're going to get dispatched right the same day you have orientation. You will have a load. It's probably only going to make $200 because it's only going 150 miles. That's your trial. They want to make sure you get it there.
Because all those 2,300 mile ones have already been taken up by the experienced drivers.
Right, but those are gone pretty quickly too. So what happens is they reserve all these dispatches for the new hires. So if they hire, let's just say when we were there, how many people, now mind you, this is during a parts shortage, and a lot of people were there first time, brand new. And this was our second orientation because we just moved over to a new company.
You had between
15 or more.
15 or more, yeah.
Yeah, 15 or more drivers. So with the parts shortage, I always told everyone, people say, why do they hire so many drivers? Because it's a high turnover industry.
Right. Especially in this particular instance, we go through orientation, we get a run that's only 210 miles.
It sucked.
And then you come back and you can't get another load.
Right. And you can't get a load until you completed the dispatch and they paid you out.
Right.
Unless you call a dispatcher and you got to hope they answer.
So how many of those people get disappointed and just turn around and go back home?
Well, how many people go broke? Because there is an initial investment to get into this. If a lot of people, oh my God, if you're thinking about going out and buying a truck, now's not the time. I wouldn't recommend it.
No,
If you have a truck, a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton truck, okay, you're already ahead of the game.
Because like right now, we're actually talking about getting a dually, and that's all put on hold until everything gets back in place.
Right, because we don't want an extra payment, but we do want to get a dually specifically for RV transport, but not as our everyday vehicle. We love our current truck as our everyday vehicle, but we don't want to ruin it putting all the mileage on there from RV transport.
Exactly. So like, like I touched on already, the part shortage would be like if you're in your regular everyday job and something happens and work is slow, it's the same thing.
Right.
And one of the things that I try to relate to people that don't know the industry, it's like currently right now trying to get a load is like throwing 10 French fries to 2,000 pigeons.
Correct.
They're going to go like that.
They go fast. You got to be quick-fingered. The best way to get a load is be willing to go anywhere and literally think fast, act fast, and you'll get a load. Meaning, if you're going to think about it, or you want to go to a specific location, the chances are you're going to be one of those people on Facebook 10 minutes later or 2 minutes after everyone sucked up all the loads because you took too long complaining that the load board's so thin you didn't get a load. No, the load board was there. You just weren't fast enough to get a load, and unfortunately, that sucks.
Unfortunately, yeah, you're right, because you don't have time to look at where you want to go. It's just pick a load and go.
We ended up going to Delaware.
We did. We
Never
went to
been
Delaware.
to Delaware.
But I did look at weather ahead of the game too, and I told him do not go to South Dakota, do not go to Wyoming. They're getting snow.
So we didn't even look at that.
We didn't even look at those. So he's like, "How about Delaware?" And I'm like, "Grab it."
And then later on, there's a Mississippi load, and she goes, "Grab that." And I'm like, "Can't. We just dispatched because we're going to go home to Alabama, and that would have brought us all the way home within 2 hours of our house instead of 15 hours."
15. But everybody wants to go south. Everybody wants to come back towards Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Texas. Those are the perfect runs. I mean, they're great runs, and half the people that drive, I think, live out here.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I turn around and come back to Alabama every time we could, but You know what? The way that we look at it is it takes us a lot farther away, but we're just taking it as an experience, and we're learning, and we're actually seeing the U.S. too.
Yeah. Now, once the parts shortage ends, and it will end, people, don't mistake it. It goes up and down. This is just another glitch in the pandemic hiccup. But, it could have been partly caused by the container ship in the Suez Canal blocking the thousands of other container ships for the toilets and refrigerators or anything else. Any supplies could have been out in the ocean. The Texas thing did happen, but the article was very, very pro that by mid-May, they should be back up to full steam. That doesn't mean the stuff will be delivered to Indiana.
No.
It just means the supply chain will be back to full levels again.
Right. And
figure June.
And just like everybody else, we're biting at the bit too to get out there and hauling, and now it's like, all right, well, I wanted this, and now I got to tuck money back. And you know what? It's just learning how to go with the flow,
right?
The ins and the outs.
So right now, should you get into the question? The big question we always get is, with all I hear about all these load boards low, should I get into RV transport? You should be able to get into RV transport. I probably wouldn't right today.
And today we're talking April of 2021.
Yeah, April 20th, 2021. But maybe in mid-May, first part of June, look back at it. If there, and what we did was we contacted a couple drivers from different companies and asked them, hey, what's your load board look like? And the people that were very helpful told us at each company how many trailers per day were on their load board. And that's why we chose who we chose in the beginning. Now, you can do that. Right now, if you contacted us or anyone else, we can pull up the load board and say, as of right this second, there's one trailer and it's going to Canada. So unless you have a passport, and that trailer probably overweighs what you're allowed to pull,
right?
Because unless you have a CDL, you're limited to 26,000 combined pounds between your truck and the trailer. So a lot of times you'll see a load on the load board only a CDL driver can drive. Kudos to them for having a CDL, but whenever the load board gets full or filled up, definitely you just got to jump on it.
We started last year in July and came out of orientation with 782 trailers on the board.
Right.
Today, I mean, we're at home. We've been at home for the past couple days. We're watching the load board, and yeah, there might be 30 or 40 at a time go up, and they're gone. So
right.
Yeah, you got to be quick. You got to know, like I said, just pick wherever you want to go and you're going to make some money.
So that's our topic on the shortage. The shortage could be any number of things. We do know sometimes they close all the plants for like 2 weeks while they redo a new model year. And we hear there's a slowdown during that period.
Right. And I know it's typically sometime in the summer and right around Christmas time. This year it didn't happen because of COVID.
Right. And not only did it not happen because of that, it's because there's so much demand for RVs. They did not come out with the new model year. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. So, yeah, definitely we'll post a link to the article Bunny found in the description of this YouTube video, as well as on TowawayCouple.com under our resources link.
So for a you that are just looking at this and wanting to get into it, kind of hold off a little bit.
Hold off for a little bit. We're not saying don't get into it.
For the rest of us, let's just all hang in there and go with the ebbs and the flows and get through this part shortage again.
Right. So, all right. Until next time.
See you down the road.
See you down the road.